Hey, we're here with Colin Hanton of the Quarrymen, and we're sitting here at 25 Upton Green, George Harrison's old house, and we wanted to have Colin here, and second time here in the last couple of years, visiting, saying hi, and obviously he had been here a couple times way back when,
way back in the day,
in the late 50s. Yeah, well, can you tell me about any of your memories of coming here? I know you don't have too many, of them, but.
No, I only remember coming here, with John and Paul just to meet up with George and meet his mum.
Yeah.
Because if he'd have said to his mum joining the skiffle group, who are these
scoundrels, right?
So yeah, he probably needed to show our faces to the family.
Yeah.
But I don't remember meeting his dad other than we did do a gig somewhere when his dad was there. But
yeah,
his mum was just a mum, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Lovely mum. Big tea,
yeah,
sandwiches, whatever.
Right.
It's just before COVID.
Okay, yeah.
Colin Hall and I started this book.
Yeah.
Because
why don't you show the book here? Yeah.
There you go.
That's my original drum kit I bought from Frank Hessey's in 1956 for £34 or something. And there they are at St. Peter's Church Hall with the kit that I'm using now when I have to.
Awesome.
But I got fed up with reading. I've never read a whole Beatles Quarrymen book because as soon as I get to reading them, I thought, there's a load of rubbish.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, I'm not getting any younger. So if I'm going to do something about putting the record straight, I think I need to write a book. So
yeah.
So I couldn't write it, obviously, myself. I didn't have that kind of skill. So I knew Colin Hall.
Yeah.
Yes. I knew he could do joined up writing,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And he'd written quite a bit, Colin. He'd written lots of music magazines. He'd written.
Yeah.
So I asked Colin if he'd consider writing my book for me. So
yeah.
He said, "Oh, well, let me think about it." So I think he thought about it overnight, and then early next morning he was saying, "Colin, of course I will. Of course I will." Yeah. So,
yeah. You didn't keep a journal back then. You
well,
weren't keeping a diary.
Trouble, isn't it? Yeah. People say, what would you have done if you were back there? I'd have had a camera. I'd have had a big scrapbook. I'd have written everything down. I'd have taken every photograph possible.
Well, back in those days, the only people no one had a camera. And it's funny, when I see all the pictures now, Mike McCartney had a camera, and he liked to take photographs. That was his hobby and thing, right? And then he became a professional photographer. But I mean, for a kid to have a camera back then, that was insane.
It was.
And then you said your friend, right, Charles
Roberts, he borrowed a camera off somebody.
Okay.
He didn't have one, he just happened to borrow it off someone.
All right.
When we were at Rosebery Street.
Yes.
That's when he took those, what now are famous photographs.
The book is great, and then you decided, tell us about the film documentary that's coming out now.
Well, after I'd written the book and it got sort of some publicity, there was a gentleman from Florida called Mark Bentley. He's a lawyer out there. He made an appointment to come and see me in Liverpool in Penny Lane, and I sold him my book. I didn't give him one, I sold him a book.
Yeah.
Anyway, a couple of weeks later he phoned me, at home and said he'd been talking to his daughter. I think she worked for one of the big film companies, and she said he thought it would make a really good, full-length film documentary. So I said, well, I've got no money, if you want to do it, you go ahead. So he went ahead, and they came over a couple of times to Liverpool to film me in my house, my original house, Hayescraft Road, where we used to rehearse. Okay. And then he recorded me at my house,
So recently for the film, you went back to your old house that you grew up in?
Yeah, because Mum was still living there. The stepmom was still living there.
Oh, really? She is still, this is just a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And your stepmom was still, because she said she was not that much older than you.
I think she's 11 years older than me.
Wow, so she's, so she was still there. So you were able, I thought it was like
she's 96 or something, 97.
Wow, yeah, so she's up to get.
But I never thought about that at the time when I was like 12 and she was
23, 24, yeah.
And my dad was in his 40s.
Right.
Never thought about that. It's only later on. In fact, when John and Pete Shotton came to Hayescraft Road one time, as they were walking into the living room, Mum was walking out the living room. She said, who the hell's that?
Who is that?
Oh, I said, that's my stepmom. She said, wait. No, I didn't say, I never called her a stepmom. For some reason, I've only started doing that recently with the bloody nursing homes. But anyway, no, I said, oh, that's my mum. What?
Are you kidding?
I can't believe that, you know.
Right.
So I had to keep Pete shotting away.
Right, yeah, right.
Mum alone.
Yeah, leave my mum alone. So you were talking about how the guys in Florida got interested.
That's right. Well, they said yes, you know, then
Yeah.
time passed and we were contacted to say they're coming over to Liverpool. And
Yeah.
they booked us for a day, us two, and we came to the house and filmed me, and then we went to Hayscroft Road.
Yeah.
Filmed my mum. She's in the film.
Okay.
And yeah, they did all. Took me all around. Well, I drove them all around. A lot of Liverpool.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of stuff unfortunately didn't quite make the film. And then they booked us to go to Abbey Road, so we went down to Abbey Road.
Yeah.
Booked Abbey Road, and we played Abbey Road. Did a few of our numbers in Abbey Road,
Yeah.
which they filmed. It's gone in the film. They had us going across the zebra crossing. But Todd Thompson is a director, isn't he?
Yes.
And it was quite incredible to see him, because have you been to Abbey Road?
There you go. Right. Is that no? That was Penny Lane. All right.
Yeah, that was at Penny Lane. We recorded that at Penny Lane not so long ago. But Abbey Road, we did one in Abbey Road for the film. You know, we were film playing. And Todd Thompson had us go across the pan. But he was the director, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So people who were on the sidewalk down there, he was yelling at them. In the gate! Get in the gate! I don't want you in the film, get in the gate!
Yeah, yeah.
And somehow these people all applied. You know,
listen to him.
what he was saying, you know.
Yeah.
He was holding buses up and taxis up and run across that, you know.
Yeah,
So he had it going
with the gear and everybody saw the
Yeah,
pictures.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
Len carrying the guitar and Rod and all that.
I used to have fluorescent socks back in the day, you know, wrinkle picker shoes. So they sent Jackie Spencer. I don't know if you know Jackie
I
Spencer.
know Jackie. Yes. Yeah.
Well, Jackie Spencer was the gopher on the movie.
Oh,
She
good.
got them a lot of permission to film outside
Yeah.
people's house and that. So they sent her off to get some socks and pointy shoes for me. So she came back with a selection of fluorescent green, fluorescent pink, yellow, blue, she got all kinds, and these you know, really pointed shoes. So he was at my house another time. He said, right, put those socks and shoes on. He said, and we'd go up the road.
Yeah.
I mean, that's at my own house. All the curtains are going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I had to walk up and down the road. The cameraman followed me up and down the road.
Yeah.
And because my trousers were down,
Yeah.
I couldn't see the coloured socks.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah.
I had to pull them up like that a bit.
Right.
Walk up and down the road. So I hope that's in the film.
So the website is Prefab the Movie. What's the website?
Yeah, if you Google Prefab the movie,
Okay.
you will see the trailer.
Right.
It's Stars North is the film company.
I'm looking at your list here. This has nothing to do with the movie or the film, really. I'm looking at the track list on the Quarrymen at Penny Lane, and this is most of the songs that you guys have been doing for the last many years, right?
Yes, yes.
So you guys really the Quarrymen got back together. Was it like 97?
97, yeah.
Right after the anthology
That's
came
right.
out, and right.
Gene Castle contacted us as individuals
Yeah,
to see if we do a one-off concert.
yeah. And where was the one-off at the church?
Church, yeah. That's what we wanted. I said, God, I haven't played drums for 40 years, you know. It wasn't much good 40 years ago. No. So, but then different people started phoning, you know,
Yeah.
spoke to Rod.
Yeah,
Because we hadn't met each other for 40 years, you know.
yeah. That's amazing, you know.
I mean, Rod was living in London. Eric Griffiths was living in Edinburgh.
Yeah,
Pete Shotton was down south somewhere, the Isle of Wight or something. And Len and I lived in Liverpool, but we hadn't met up, you know.
yeah,
So it was Pete Shotton in the end who said, look, why don't we just come up to Liverpool and get together?
yeah,
So Len said, well, we can use my house. So I got my drums off the wardrobe and dusted them down a bit and
Yeah.
cleaned them up a bit. Rod Davis come up from London. He used to play banjo, but he's playing guitar now. So he came up from London with his guitar, T-chest bass and a washboard.
yeah,
Pete Shotton came up. Eric in Edinburgh, he didn't even own a guitar. He had to go out and buy one to come down for
Yeah.
this rehearsal. So we just sat in Len's house, you know, and said, what do we used to do? And it's just Lost John and things like that.
yeah. Run through some of these
So we
songs.
just started doing it, and it was just like we were 18-year-old kids again, you know.
Yeah,
So Pete said, look, if the people know it's with charity and that's why we're doing it,
right.
we'll get away with it, it'll be fine. So I said, okay.
Right.
So we all went home again then. So we had this, this Rose Queen thing that was going to take place at St. Peter's Church Hall.
Yeah.
I was panicking, you see. I started panicking. I phoned Rod. I said, Rod, we can't do, a concert in the afternoon and in the evening. We haven't done anything, have we? So he said, well, talk to the vicar, see if you can get the hall on Friday night. So the vicar said we could use the hall on Friday night. So we had that one sort of rehearsal.
Okay, yeah.
I think I took a packet of beers up, we had some beer and played around. So
yeah.
Saturday came, went there, got onto the back of the wagon,
Yeah.
We needed help to get on the back of the wagon. Got on the back of the wagon,
Yeah.
went around the village, people were following us.
Yeah.
In the local Echo, in the Liverpool Echo, was a big page, Quarrymania.
Quarrymania, that is great. I'd love to see that that Liverpool Echo paper. Yeah, that's...
Yeah, I've got the cutouts from it, Quarrymen Mania. So we're going through the village with all these crowds of people around us. Yeah, then we unloaded, we played on the back of the field.
Yeah.
Coming off the back of the field, people were asking for our autographs,
Yeah.
Can't believe this, signing autographs, People were saying, have you got any CDs? I said,
We just got together last night.
We just heard that.
Right, yeah.
But then we unveiled a plaque on the Sunday and we all shook hands and went back to our normal lives, And then Eric phoned me up one day and said, do you fancy making a CD, Colin? I said, oh, that's a great idea, Eric, see you. Put the phone down, said to Joan, that's not going to happen, by the time he costs it out and all the rest of it.
Right.
Anyway, a few weeks later he phoned me up and said, can you be free next weekend? So I said, yeah, what's up, Eric? He said, well, make the CD. I booked a recording studios in Liverpool.
Okay.
I said, oh, right, okay. So I think we all put a couple of £100 into
Right, yeah.
to form a Quarryman thing,
Right.
Went to this recording studios in Liverpool and
Yeah.
just whacked away. I think I had a hi-hat by then. I was playing on the hi-hat with my brushes, so that we used to do. And the recording guy came over and said, I'm taking them off you, he said. You sound like you're washing dishes. So I just stuck to what I knew, the snare, and bass, the snare, and a cymbal or something.
You guys did a tour in the United States back in, what was it, like 2010 or something like that? I don't remember, but something like that.
We've done that many times into America.
You've done a few of them in the US?
Yeah, because that guy was saying, like Tom Walk,
yeah.
He was an American guy over there. I think he met Len at one of those Beatles conventions.
Sure.
So then he decided he'd take the Quarrymen out there. And, he took a big gamble because he took us out there on his credit card,
Okay.
Yeah, he took us out there and toured, and then we got in touch with Mark Lapidus, and he had a couple of his in Newark, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And he also we did two in Chicago, the O'Hare.
Yeah.
We had the presidential suite. First time we went out there.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, it's massive, bigger than my house. This was. Well, it was 2 rooms, bedrooms on each end, and bathroom there, and bathroom there, jacuzzi, a sauna, just you name it. It had everything. And I didn't know it was the presidential suite, so we went next time. And the guy told us what room we were in. I said, is that the one with the jacuzzi and all that? He said, no, we've only got one of them. That's the presidential suite. So I was there last time.
Right. As far as the U.S., any memorable shows that you did in the U.S.?
Oh, we did lots. We did Radio City.
Okay.
There was a big Beatles band on there, and they heard we were in town, so they invited us to go on to Radio City.
Yeah.
That was an experience, because it was just run by the unions, wasn't it?
Yes.
You couldn't do anything. Don't pick anything up.
Right. Yeah.
Don't move anything.
Don't plug anything in.
You can't do a thing. The union had to do it.
Yeah.
And even when we finished, we said, right, all your stuff will be on the pavement outside, when you're going around. But there was stuff inside the doorway, just literally inside the doorway. We said, oh, they're all, CDs or whatever. I said, no, you don't go in there and touch them. You can't touch them. You have to wait for a porter to come and pass them out to you.
Yeah.
But we had a great time most of the time in America.
Yeah.
We followed Nowhere Boy when that went out there. We were out there for about 20 days and did.
That's a good movie, and so that was a good time to go out there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, everywhere they played the movie, we played.
Okay. Yeah.
So we did a Q&A or we played or whatever. So
right.
We just went everywhere.
Yeah.
But when we were in New York, we were one of the first down the red carpet, and everyone was meeting in the big in the foyer.
Yeah.
I mean, Yoko Ono was there, and May Pang was there, and there was all kinds of people that were saying hello to. But do you know Billy Connolly?
Yeah, I know, the comedian.
Yeah, Billy Connolly.
Yeah.
Billy Connolly came down, and he came straight across the crowd to me, and he said, "Will you sign me a CD for me?" I couldn't believe Billy Connolly had one of our CDs.
It's great, yeah.
Apparently he'd been in London doing a show, and Rod had gone backstage and given him our original CD, you know, because Billy Connolly played banjo, didn't he?
Okay, yeah.
I couldn't believe he came over and wanted my CD. I wanted that signature. But yeah, no, we had some great times.
Yeah.
We were up in the mountain, Colorado. We went up to, is it Aspen?
Yeah, Aspen, beautiful.
We went up there, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a bumpy ride on the plane, though, getting up there over the mountains. And then he said, "We'll take you to a meal." Went to see the theatre was, and they just took us around the corner for a meal. So
Yeah.
we were upstairs having this meal. So I said to Len, "We best head out, you know."
Yeah.
I said, "I know where the theatre is, just turn left and turn left." So we went downstairs, we went out this door, and I turned left and turned left. There's no bloody theatre. There was one door that side and one door that side.
Yeah.
And you come in that side and you come out that side. So I was looking around for this, trying to find this theatre, and you know, you start to sweat, don't you? So it's like, "Yo, we're on stage in around 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But eventually I figured out what I'd done, and we managed to go around, found the theatre, got in there, and in the nick of time, you know, sweat on. We had some good times.
So I guess yes. My last question on the film, it's gonna come out. There it is. When it comes out and everyone sees it, or fans see it, what do you want them to get out of it?
When we first started filming, I said something like, "Life's not fair."
Yeah.
You know. So everything after that, Todd Thompson say, you know, and end up with saying, "Life's not fair." You know, life's not fair.
Yeah.
The audience seemed to get a bit of a kick out of that,
Right.
especially in Florida, because when I couldn't get it, Colin Hall went, you see,
Yeah.
and he said to the people, "Colin would have been here, but, you know, he was tested positive for COVID, so he couldn't out." So
Yeah.
the whole crowd shouted, "Life's not fair."
Yes,
The whole
yeah.
audience shouted, "Life's not
Yeah.
fair."